Namaste, we are in Ganga Ghat, nearby the Mother Ganga, on the lap of the Mother Ganga with Divya Prabha ji, Lucy ji from UK. Namaste, Lucy ji.
Namaste.
Lucy ji, how's your journey start in the life from UK to India?
Really, it started in childhood, but a big change happened in my 20s when I was thinking about making mind, body, spirit centers, but I felt that people didn't know about spirit, neither did I. So I wanted to know more about that. And then there came a particular day when it felt like that I had everything in my hands, money, social standing, property, etc. But I felt empty inside, and so I was searching for that thing that would make me feel complete. And I found that in meditation with my teacher, and it happened in an instant that my life was changed. And then I started to follow and practice meditation and yoga, and that led me to be brought to India by my teacher in 2000.
So would you like to share about the teacher with whom you learned yoga and start your spiritual journey?
I've had 3 teachers from the same group. The first was Swami Vigyandev, who left the body in the year 2000. And in 1999, I was very lucky to meet his guru, Brahmrishi Vishvatma Bawraji, who brought me to India in 2000. And with him, so he was Bari Guruji, and then Choti Guruji, Swami Yoganand, who is still in the body now. And these have been my 3 spiritual guides, teachers, and everything.
And what you found in India, basically, as a foreigner, you're visiting my country, India, and what is the special you found here?
Obviously, there is deep divine knowledge in the Sanskrit Shastras, in the way of living. But I found that in the way of life in Bharat, India, that everything is connected to your spiritual journey, whether it's about how you eat, or how you wear clothes, how you move, how you live, what you watch, what you listen to, what you read. Everything is part of this spiritual journey to yourself. And that's what's really magical about here. And the way people live is so open and without boundary, enabling you to know the self. So it's a very magical place to be able to do practice and learn.
Like you come from West to India, and then so many people from in India, people think that when they go to the West, they will live a free life. What would you think about that, a young generation in India?
2 or 3 things. First of all, people think that the way to peace and happiness is with financial prosperity, making money. The sad thing is that this is not the way to find peace and happiness. Peace and happiness is within you and is able to be uncovered through the practice of yoga and the ancient traditions here. And for that reason, people think that they need to go to West and then they're going to be happy. But the thing is that about money is whether you earn 1,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or a lakh, it's never ever going to be enough. There's no limit to the amount of money that man can desire. Desires are unending. Only you can divert your desire to something that's more permanent. The other thing is that because people's stomachs are not full because the desires are not being fulfilled, people think that they'll go to West, but in the West, a lot of people find that the financial satisfaction, etc., isn't enough, and that's when they start the spiritual journey.
And if we talk about the spirituality, what is the spirituality for you?
Spirituality for me means to actually know the spirit, to know that supreme consciousness that is all pervasive and infinite and divine. And the means to knowing that is yoga. So yoga is the means and the aim. So it's not just being a good person. A lot of people talk about, oh, they're a very spiritual person, but they're a good person. But a spiritual person, I feel, has to know divine spirit itself.
We heard that you have a school for children's in Varanasi, the oldest. It is also called the Kashi, the oldest city in India, and it's a very historic city. So how this idea come to open a charitable organization and giving education to the children's?
There are several different reasons. One is that through my education experience, I was educated at very good schools in England. I went to Oxford University, but despite all that education, I didn't find the secret to having a good life, a perfect life. I wasn't happy despite all that. So having come to India and discovered the journey of yoga and Sanskrit, meditation, bharatiya Sanskriti, I realized that this is really the building block of education. Secondly, education means to bring out rather than to put stuff in. It means to bring out. And again, the ancient education system in India did this through yoga and meditation. And thirdly, I saw that obviously there's a massive population in India, and I saw that not everybody was getting an opportunity to get a real education, not just a modern education, but a real education that can give people peace and happiness in life. And so, irrespective of caste, etc., we have opened a Gurukul and school, an evening school in Kashi, which is the oldest city, not just in India, but in the world. And it's also known as the City of Light, so a very special place. And we take in underprivileged kids and orphans, giving them an education based on the principles and way of life of yoga with practice. And the residential kids are learning Sanskrit because I think that this knowledge is the most valuable knowledge in the world, and so I want to see that spread more, and providing a normal education to the other kids too, but all based on finding peace first through meditation.
If you go back to the England, so what you found now and the old?
Now and the old is a tough question, because for me, wherever I go, I have the same kind of experience now. I don't see the difference. Yeah, there's a physical difference of buildings and streets and language and things like this, but the experience that I have within me is the same whether I'm there or here. I think, though, we can say that we've seen a huge growth in yoga and meditation over the last 20 years in the West, and we see people looking for a more real way of living in the West, a more sustainable way of living, so very conscious about the environment, very conscious about their mind stuff, conscious, you're seeing increasing vegetarianism, veganism. So I think that there's increased conscious living, but ultimately wherever you go in the world, you're going to find three things: head, heart, hands and mind. Head, hands and heart. So you're always going to find special types of people in every part of the world. So on that level I don't see a difference. But there's definitely more consciousness coming in society in general across the world.
Do you think that yoga and meditation is now present day? It is only for the rich people, not for the people who can't afford it. What do you think about it? Because we saw that the yoga industry is booming and the health industry is booming. So what are your view about it?
Well, personally, I come from a tradition that doesn't charge for teaching yoga and meditation. And it's a priceless knowledge. No amount of money can buy it, just in the way no amount of money can buy a single breath. So I think yoga is for everybody, irrespective of caste, irrespective of religion or dharma, irrespective of country, irrespective of color, irrespective of age, and irrespective of gender. It's for everybody. And I think that if someone genuinely wants yoga, they are going to find the right teacher for themselves. And don't forget, you've got different levels of education in yoga, just in the same as in schools you have nursery class and PhD. It's the same in yoga. You're going to have teachers of every different level. So if anyone genuinely wants to learn yoga, they're going to find the right teacher for them.
The new plans for you toward your NGO, a charitable organization you started in India?
So we've recently introduced women's empowerment projects in our schools with the sewing centre. 90% of our teachers are currently women, and we're going to be in the next 18 months going to be introducing the third Veda. We have Shukla Yajurveda and Samveda currently, and we're going to be introducing Atharveda. We are looking to build a new building. We have taken out a loan on land next door to us, so we're going to be doubling our space. So we're going to be looking for a corporate sponsor through CSR for that, which obviously is going to increase our number of children. But the future is bright. We've got lots of beautiful, beautiful children who are leading beautiful, simple lives, going back to the roots of the ancient Gurukul system. And we don't really plan. Things kind of tend to happen for us. So in 18 months, I'm sure we're going to tell you there have been lots of surprising new experiences for us and the children.
It was a lovely conversation with you here on the bank of the Mother Ganga. And what are your view about the Rishikesh city? What do you think about this city when you come in the nearby the Ganga?
Well, Ganga is my mother, full of knowledge and purity and light, divinity. So coming to Rishikesh, which is a place that has been inhabited both in the physical form, the subtle form and the causal form by ancient rishis, is a truly magical experience. We're so lucky to be able to come to Rishikesh and experience the divinity of Ganga and this Dev Bhumi. Really, there's not enough words to express what we can feel here. It's such a deep, moving experience in meditation here. It's so light and so divine that really it goes beyond words.
Namaste for sharing your beautiful moment with us in Rishikesh. We are thankful for you. You visit the city Rishikesh and share your wisdom and love.
Thank you very much for inviting me and allowing us to have this conversation today. It's been really lovely. Thank you very much, Anandji. Anand Rahe. Pranam.
Namaste.
Namaste.